Hello. Indeed we are. Theoretically. Hopefully.
Live streaming!
If we're not live, let us know so that I can fix it.
Yeah, let me check the EJMonkey channel here.
Check that real quick. I'm pulling up.
It is live. Yes, it's up.
Cool.
Hey, let's go. Very good.
It's kind of hard for me to be able to check my own stream without hearing feedback.
All right, Blue, you're the DM.
Especially since
let's hear that intro,
places.
bro.
Yeah, yeah.
Give me a few seconds to make sure that everything is working on my end
Blue,
as well.
we need the intro now.
Wow.
No, I
hey.
refused. Your character gets smited by gods.
Oh no!
Right. Wow.
You're dead.
Well, that's the end of the campaign. Thanks for coming by. We didn't even get to start.
All right, we're all dead. Yep.
Rocks fall,
guys.
everyone dies. Hey, my sister's here, and Indigo. Hello, welcome to the stream.
Hello. You wake up in a bar and you die.
Yeah, awesome. Sick campaign, dude.
So,
Incredible.
by the way,
Thank
when
you.
we
Yep.
read chat, guys, the two people who are streaming, when we read chat, do we want to read it out so that everyone can hear and we can all respond to it and meme, or do we want to like go separately into our own little
We'll
bubble and
mute
not
it
pay attention for a second?
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead and like mute for that as Stu is doing right now.
Mm-hmm. I was just
That
wondering
way-
because sometimes in my chat people like make memes that I want to read because they're funny.
Oh, yeah,
to
yeah.
like
No,
make
like,
the whole
if-
group
If
involved.
it relates to everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
If we
Sounds
get to a
good.
point like that, absolutely. But like if it's just like a one-off, like, oh, what's happening? You know,
Yeah.
you can mute
Yeah,
and do
but,
that.
Yeah.
but if Denise's requesting chaotic potatoes, then you don't mention
Yeah.
like he's doing right now.
Oh my gosh.
I can do that in D&D. We could do chaotic kind of potato stuff in D&D.
Absolutely.
That
I
would
have
be
that
funny.
power. Here, let me quickly roll.
He is the dude.
Stu, you're dead.
Oh,
sick.
Again,
Okay.
wow, that's twice in one negative session.
Yeah, wow, that's amazing.
Wow. Okay.
New
thanks,
record.
Yeah.
You got some skills, my guy.
All right. Yeah, I still have 50 more to do today, Niner. So
You
still have
I gotta
50
do
more?
this point. Yeah, I'll do it after the stream.
I'm quickly fixing
I
my
got.
dice setup. I'm
I'm
sorry.
halfway done.
Mhm.
I got 150 done today.
Anyway, I
Can you
muted
still
myself
hear
for
me?
just a
Because I gotta
second.
move my mic.
Yes.
All right, cool. Hello, everyone, and welcome to a D&D campaign that I spent way too long planning out, and we are just now getting into it today.
I'm hyped for
This D&D campaign is called The Tarot, and eventually that title will be understood, but today, most likely not.
it. Nobody knows what's going on.
Oof.
So, opening prologue. Garethel, a country of ever-evolving technology and magic. Its emperor, Galamir Malsoff, has ruled uncontested for several centuries. After his father passed, the gods came from the celestial plane to anoint Galamir the new emperor of Garethel. Over the many years of his rule, the country of Garethel was brought into a new age of prosperity, science, and magic. That all being said, our adventure begins in the capital city of Garethil, Tyrium. Tyrium is split into 3 districts, the lower, middle, and higher district. Higher district being where the emperor himself and all of his nobles live. This higher district, the noble district, is where we will be taking place. A party being held by the noble Tridum is where our party will first interact. To begin, names. Alcides, Niner.
Yes.
Alcides, you stand in front of a huge palace. One that doesn't make sense on how gaudy it can be. You see large golden gates, several fireworks going off. It seems the party's already started. Next to you, a woman, tall and beautiful. You know her by the name of, let's see here, Ingrid Gorbov. And to your right is Nina Gorbov, the daughter you've been hired to protect. In front stands a small gnomish man by the name of Dridik Gorbov. Obviously, as you have experienced the father of Nina. You all walk towards the front gate. Many people, elven, gnomish, some dwarves, and majority human, walk with you. A little ahead, you see a large, what looks to be dragonborn, lizard folk kind of man. Taking another look, you see it's got much larger legs and stubbier arms, and you realize, oh, that is not a dragonborn. Reximus Snarlshire. You stand at the gates. To your right, one of the guards, hand out, waiting for your invitation. You hand it quite easily. You've been seen before. You are well known up here. He takes your invitation and you enter very easily. No contestants. And what you see is a large, open foyer. Nope, that's not the right word. A large, I can't think of the word now off the top of my head. But a large backyard-like area. Several tables have been set up. The sun is just now beginning to set, but there are several tables set up, lights strewn about, some magical, some just lanterns with fire in them. And it is crowded. A lot of well-dressed noble folk standing around. You see, far off, an elven woman, well-dressed, and Christy. You are this elven woman, standing off, watching the crowd with discerning eyes, making sure no one gets too close into a range that would be considered dangerous to your pockets. Many people catch your eye with large jeweled necklaces, silver earrings, very well-dressed folk. And while looking around, you see a young halfling girl up on a stage playing music. Tat, you stand up on a stage trying your best not to freak out, as this is the biggest performance you have made thus far. A lot of people not paying too much attention. It is just music in the background. You see everything. Having being a halfling girl, you are quite short, so you're not usually able to see the top of people's heads. On the stage, however, that is not the case. Tat, if you could, please make a performance check for me.
You got it.
I'll be back in a split second.
No worries.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll keep going.
Okay. That is a... Hang on, let me pull up this.
Your performance would be +6, I believe.
Okay, well that's what I needed to know. I got a natural 19 plus 6, so that's 25.
Yeah. It's wonderful. It is fantastic music. Most of it, again, not being entirely heard by the partygoers. It is primarily just background noise for them as they converse, talking here and there about nothing too important to you at the very least. And with that being said, what would the, I guess, three of you at this point, like to do?
Sorry, that was terrible. That was not a good performance.
So I just kind of want to get my bearings as I'm walking into the I guess the house. Is it what is this?
It's a back entrance into a very large, I can't think of the word, not foyer, but a large yard, more or less. Courtyard. Thank you. That is what I'm looking for. Yeah. Large courtyard. The house is the palace-like house. It is huge, and even for being raised near this level, it is very gaudy. It is not. It is. Oh boy, that is a lot of. Yeah, there's a lot of gold a lot more gold than would make sense on a building. But you are currently in the courtyard at the entrance. In front of you, a large fountain, some tables lying around with food. About 100 feet from you to the palace, more or less, in a straight line.
Do I see the Gorbobs?
No, the Gorbobs would be behind you. Which with Alcides, you are currently walking with them to the front gate. You have yet to enter the party. So you do not yet, no.
Okay.
Looking at the party goers.
I guess I'm just trying to look for them. I just want to talk to them, like have a conversation with them.
Got it. Then before we do that, so as you're looking around, looking for the Gorbals specifically, you remember what Ingrid looks like. She's not hard to miss. Alcides, you are currently walking up to the front gates with the Gorbov family. Druidic Gorbov leading the way. You reach the front gate and a guard stops you for a moment. Not you specifically, but the group. And kind of puts his hand out for a ticket. And Druidic hands it over. And with ease, you're all allowed in. You do notice that you get some weird looks from the guards as you are not the normal. You are well dressed, but not normally.
I'm a very well dressed dragonborn.
Yeah, very well dressed dragonborn with a lot of cuts, bruises, and scars on you. So it's definitely different for a lot of the noble class to see you. Go ahead and Reximus, go ahead and roll a perception check for me.
Yep. Oh God. I don't know why I didn't roll it over where I have a ton of space. That's gonna be a 7.
Clearly the location.
There are a lot of people. You did not realize how packed this party would be.
Oh, sick.
It from the looks of it, it is the entire upper district, as well as like half of the middle district, or like a third of the middle district where you live normally.
Okay. Yeah.
It's a lot of people, and you get a bit overwhelmed. Sure. Eventually, you do begin to make your way over to the fountain area, and as just kind of a like auto kind of movement, you just walk over to the food, just kind of as an auto thing.
Nice.
Yeah. One thing you do notice with that 7, Bazrar.
Something with a 7.
Yes, Bazrar is nowhere near you.
Okay.
You entered with him, and he's
gone.
He's just gone. Yep.
Okay. Cool.
He rolled high enough to notice that he does not notice anything.
Yeah, basically, yeah. The one thing you would want to be sure you notice, you don't notice, which is concerning.
That's
always, yep. Chrissy, what are you doing right now? You're kind of standing away from the majority of the people, kind of off to one of the sides of the party in the courtyard. Still mingling every once in a while when someone comes up to you, but what do you want to do at this exact moment?
She's probably looking around, trying to figure out maybe how to like slightly pickpocket some of these rich people, like if they have like maybe like a coin purse that might fall out of their bag or out of their pocket, trying to figure out how to see like who's probably drunk enough to not notice that their wallets.
Okay, go ahead and roll a
thief.
Yes, go ahead and roll a thief check, a perception check for me.
Perception. What is my thingy?
That would be a +1. Nope. Wait. Sorry. +2.
Okay. Now just do a 20 for that.
Yeah, D20.
Yep, a D20 +2. Yep.
Meanwhile, I'm just on stage being like, "There's a 5% chance you'll insta-kill the bad guy, and another 5%."
Sorry, you got a 4?
Yeah.
It's close to the beginning of the party. No one's really drunk.
Yeah.
Everyone's keeping an eye on themselves. They don't think they're going to be, robbed here, but everyone's like watching everyone else. from what you can see. So it's not as of right now, it's not going to be easy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And kind of going down the line, Tap, as you were currently on stage, go ahead and roll a perception check for me.
Okie dokie. That what's my perception? Is that a +2?
It is a
Yep. Oh, it's a +3.
+3. Yes.
So 15 total.
15 total. Okay. The first thing you notice is a very looking around. The first thing you notice is a very tall T-Rex looking dude. You're like 8 foot, aren't you, Reximus?
I think
Like somewhere around there. Let me
why
double
is it
check.
not in my features / traits? I don't know where to look for that.
I'm 2'2".
Yeah, you're tiny.
He's
So this
probably
is
looking
definitely-
down on me
Oh,
while
wait,
I'm on
wait,
the
yeah, I'm
stage.
8'4". I'm 8'4".
8'4". Yeah, he is huge. So yeah, the first thing you notice is him, and moving forward, you do notice the tuft of hair from the man you recognize at the fountain, mblohr.
Oh yeah.
When you met at the fountain.
Mhm.
Yeah. You see his tuft of hair moving through the crowd. He doesn't notice you exactly, but he's moving around.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything else you want to do while on stage besides the?
Well, I'll notice both of those, and I'll be kind of like distracted for a second, but then I'll kind of be like self-conscious and realize I need to get back to doing my performance.
Okay.
And I'll just continue going like, there's a 5% chance you'll insta-kill the bad guy, and another 5% that you'll trip, fall, and die. You never know that your aim's fickle till it gets you in a pickle. In adventuring, you need a lot of luck.
Hey. Yeah.
Wow.
Claps from the crowd, right?
I'm a bard, by the way, guys.
I
Never
think
guessed. I
Reximus
thought you
is
were
gonna give us a subtle.
Can you reach your little T-Rex arms together?
Yes, I can.
He's got long enough arms.
Flap your head with your little claws. Just go.
Another thing you do notice I forgot to mention before, Vlad is nowhere to be seen.
Okay.
The man who had originally hired you.
Yeah. Me? Yeah, okay.
So then, Alcides, what are you doing?
Of course, I'm still by. Hang on.
You okay?
Well, he died. Alcides
A third
died.
death in the first 10 minutes of the session.
I'm still next to all the Gorbobs, and
Yeah.
So can I make a perception check to see my surroundings?
Yeah. Go ahead and roll for me.
That is
Roll
a
for blankness.
16 plus. Where's perception?
Your perception is +1.
I'm
So
muted for a second so they can't hear me. What you
again,
missed is we're at a party. I'm
biggest thing
on
that comes to your
stage.
attention is
I'm a little halfling girl.
Reximus's 8'4" body.
Stuart is.
I think to myself,
a
man,
T-Rex.
would that be a fun match, right?
Yeah. How tall are you again?
I am
Alcides?
6'8".
6'8", that's right.
Yes.
So you again reach some of the tall. You are a little bit taller than some of the other people visiting at the party, some of the other party goers, but not as tall as, of course, Reximus. So first thing you notice is him, and looking around, nothing really catches your attention. Let me see here. Nothing.
Do I catch any glimpse of the person running the party?
Tritum. No, you do not see Tritum. To your knowledge, also, you don't entirely know what he looks like.
Okay.
But from the layout of his palace, you could assume he's going to be dressed very noticeably. But as of right now, yeah, Gotti. Sorry.
Like maybe in gold?
Possibly.
Probably like
You
a
get-
big fat belly dude.
Possibly, yeah. Yeah,
I'll
you
talk
do.
about it when
You
I
don't
get a
notice
chance,
anything like that, and as of right now, you get the sense that it's probably off doing some other things at the moment, or further in the crowd. But right now, you do not. just from the majority of things, nothing really catches your attention. You see a lot of the partygoers like giving you this weird cautious look, as again, you're not the most common looking person here. Dragonborn aside, there are other Dragonborns, but you are
Very
again,
battle wounded and very meaty.
yeah, dirtier than a lot of people would, like scar wise, dirtier than a lot of people would normally see. So that's the most you notice. You do also notice actually a lot, even though there's an 8-foot tall T-Rex looking guy, no one's giving him too many looks, as if he kind of blends in, even though he's 8'4". That's something you do notice. Yeah, it's not that they're missing him from what you can see. They just aren't looking at him like they're looking at you, as if he's more common. So with that, is there anything else?
It can also be because of the kind of Dragonborn I am. So.
Yeah, you do have glowing streaks on your body, neon glowing lights coming off of you. So it's again definitely different. That being said, is there anything specific anyone else is wanting to do at the beginning of this party?
I kind of want to, I guess, like, go look for, like, obviously, like, I probably don't obviously see, like, Tritum in my immediate area, but, like, I want to go look for him. Like, just, like, walk through the party and just try and find him.
Yeah. So, yeah, you don't see him directly yet either. Like one thing you do notice is that there's a glowing dragonborn from the looks of it. Like his head is kind of outlined, his frills are outlined with like neon white lights, which is again different to you. You've seen strange people in your life, but that's new. And he's also fairly tall compared to a lot of people, so he stands out as well. So you do notice him, but you don't see Tritum. Go ahead and roll an investigation check for me.
I need new dice.
It's going great so far.
That's a 6.
It's a 6. Nice.
We're having great luck tonight.
Yeah,
I got a 25 on my performance, I'll have you know.
Yeah, so far. Yeah, so far, Alcides and Tad are doing okay. The other half of the party is not doing great.
Doesn't even name them the other half.
The other half.
Cool.
Yeah.
See that I matter.
You don't see Tritum anywhere. You do begin to go through the party. What was the number you rolled again?
6.
I know as much as you do last.
You don't see Tritum. While looking around, you do again. I would say at this point, you and Alcides catch eyes. As you two, he's looking at you like, that's a very tall man that I would like to beat up. You look at him as like, he's glowing, neat. And you guys are like, I don't know, about 15 feet apart, people in between you guys, but you two do kind of catch eyes at this point.
Okay.
You would notice,
catching eyes.
You would notice,
hey, how you doing?
Ingrid, who's again fairly tall as well, so she's almost as tall as Alcides is, but you do see Ingrid with him.
Okay.
So that kind of area of stuff. You don't know if Ingrid's with her family, because knowing Ingrid, but you do see her with him.
Okay.
Are you gonna keep looking for?
Are you gonna point out the details of Ingrid?
Honestly, I'm gonna go talk to Ingrid.
All right. So Ingrid is, for the two party members who don't know, and I'll go into a little more detail as he gets up there, and for the viewers, Ingrid is a very voluptuous, very attractive elven woman who is not afraid to show more than what normal people would be comfortable showing.
So I'm afraid.
Yeah.
Not Tat, EJ.
She did.
Like 7 C's.
7.
Not
Whoa.
that thick.
Okay, like 4.
No,
Maybe 3.
No,
But donk.
but thick. She's very attractive, is the sense of things. And
oh my God.
so, Reximus, you do begin to make your way over towards Ingrid, and in this case as well, Alcides. Making your way through the crowd, asking people to move, so forth. It's not too difficult. It's not too crowded. Move.
So I take at this point I see him approaching.
Oh yeah, no, he's not hard to miss approaching.
Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna say as he approaches, I kind of like step in front of him and be like, "Hey, what you doing?"
Hey,
the classic adventuring meeting.
Hey.
First thing I think of is
Spider-Verse
Spider-Man.
shoulder.
Yeah.
Hey.
Please, I am just simply trying to talk to this lovely woman. We've engaged in conversation previously. Who are you?
Yes.
I'm Alcides. I have been. Should I state that?
That's up to you, man.
Okay. I am accompanying the.
I'm looking to beat someone.
I keep getting their last name. Okay, I'm
Gorbov.
accompanying the Gorbobs.
Yeah.
This fine afternoon, as I've been paid to do so.
Right. So you are no one, is what you're saying.
Oh.
Whoa.
If we need to, we can take this outside.
Oh.
No.
Please,
At this point, Ingrid kind of steps up. No. It's all right. I do know Mr. Stalshire. He is here on part of his family. Hello.
Yes, hello. Why are you bringing along such small individuals?
Oof.
Family protection. My daughter did not feel it would be comfortable to come to this party alone. So we did hire, my daughter hired Alcides here.
So, was it safe travels, or did he slip up along the way?
I hate your character, Stu. I haven't even met him yet.
I'm glad this is family friendly because I have words.
I have words. Well, we are traveling in the Noble District. It's more for my daughter's comfort. Isn't that right, Nina? And she turns around and you do see Nina Gorbov, who you yourself have yet to meet entirely, but you've heard about her from what's his name?
Michelangelo? Or wait, not Michelangelo. Sorry.
The Ninja Turtle.
Was it?
My bad.
Was it Alexi? Yeah, it was Alexi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alexi, yeah.
I'll be right back.
Yep.
1 second.
You've heard about her from Alexi, and you do see Nina fairly close in comparison. Like there isn't much space between her mother and Alcides. She's kind of like packed in between them.
Mm-hmm.
She's not making eye contact with you. She's kind of looking to the ground and kind of just looking around, avoiding eye contact with really anybody at this party.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and roll an insight check for me.
All right. Sorry. Freaking dirty dice. Hold on. I have so many wires that are like going across my desk, and it just bounced across 2 different wires. So give me a second.
Okay.
Oh, you know what? What did I say? Need new dice. What was it?
Insight. Yep.
5.
5. Cool.
Yikes.
Cool. Whew. She's uncomfortable, obviously.
Okay.
And the other kind of gist of things, of course, Ingrid's giving you the looks that she gave you when you left the house.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously Alcides is hostile, from what you can tell.
Okay. Sorry, I don't know if you had anything you wanted to, but I was just gonna say something.
No, I'm all good.
I'm back.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just going to address Ingrid again then, and just say, all right. Well, if he got her here safely, you think that you could leave her for a few moments and we could chat?
Are you talking to Alcides? Sorry.
No, Ingrid.
Oh, okay. She looks up. Let me see here. Let me roll an insight check for her. I'm assuming this is in just like a conversational sense at this point.
Kind of.
Kind of. Got it.
Yeah.
She smiles. Of course, I'll assume you'll do what you're paid for, Alcides. And she begins to walk away with Reximus.
All right. I guess I just take her to like a separate quarter of the party or whatever. Something more like secluded.
Yep.
If there's anything nearby.
While that's happening, we'll get back to that momentarily. Like as you're kind of walking, as this conversation's going on with Alcides and Ingrid and all them, and you're about to walk away. I forgot characters' names. Chrissy. What are you up to at this exact second? What are you trying to do?
I guess just, act like I'm part of this whole party thing, just like talking to people when they join.
Mm-hmm.
Being like acting like I actually like being there. Oh my gosh, yes. Fabulous, beautiful, that. And then the moment they walk away, I'm just like, but,
Yep.
Just kind of like scoping out, trying to hopefully find maybe the head of the house, figure out if I can, get him drunk and robbed.
All right. So I will go ahead and say, as you're kind of talking with the party, you're very well dressed and you're not unattractive yourself as an elven woman. After some people come up and start talking to you, a stouter man, maybe about 5'5", not very tall.
Oh, stabbed her. I thought you said stabbed her, and I was like, huh?
Yeah, man stabs you.
She's literally 5'7", so she.
Yeah, a man who's about 5'5", a bit on the chubbier side of things.
Danny DeVito?
No, because Danny DeVito is a god.
Bruh.
This man is.
Facts.
This man
Love
is not.
Very much want to quote a line from him, but I can't because
I'm the trash man. We'll do that one. We'll do that quote. Sorry, got distracted with the Danny DeVito. Stouter man, he about 5'5", rounder. He's wearing a large, furled. No, that's not the word. Furred. That's the word. Wow. A large furred white coat with gold trims on it approaches you. Hello there. I am Tridum, the owner of the house. I don't recognize you. Welcome. What is your name?
Sorry. I'm just imagining that in my head. Of course, she's not going to give her real name.
Master of the house. I am the one who's throwing this party. Who are you? Why are you at my party?
Who are you, V?
Basically, yeah. It's like I'm the owner of this fine building, and who happens to be you?
I'm Arabella.
Pleasure, Arabella. And you. Again, I have not seen you, and I don't know your family. Who's your family, and what do they do?
Oh, I just happened to come by money when I was young, so I don't really have a family. It's me, alone, in my big house.
Sorry. I completely understand that. And he motions to his palace of a house. I completely understand that. Well, pleasure to make your acquaintance. I'm making my rounds currently, but I do hope we will see each other again. And he begins to kind of walk away.
Me too, sir. Me too.
After that interaction, what do you do as he's walking away from you?
Stab.
Well, now that I know who he is and that he's the head of the house, I guess I'll just keep blending into the party and just keep an eye on him for the night for when I get an opportunity.
All right.
Natch.
Sounds good. Sorry. As you're kind of continuing to blend in, Tat. After about half an hour of performance, which is honestly long time. Takes a while.
Mhm.
Eventually, another group of bards come up, and this is kind of, as explained to you by Vlad in the beginning, this is kind of your cue to move away for a few and let them take over, let you
Oh, thank
relax,
goodness.
rest. Yeah,
Yeah,
you're not
the
only
stress
one.
is like
Yeah.
a little bit of stage
Um,
fright through most of that, just getting stronger
Yeah.
the whole time.
Yeah, I get that. So with that, the you do hop off the stage.
Mhm.
The other bards start to take up their performance,
Mhm.
which is actually pretty good. Not as good as yours, but it is good.
Everyone was just biased because I'm a tiny little thing.
Yeah,
Everyone loves a cute little girl.
Everyone loves a child.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically. So now that you're off the stage, what is it that you would like to do?
Well, what were my instructions? Was I supposed to wait for someone? Was there going to be someone looking after me, or am I just free to do whatever now? Get food or something?
You're kind of free to do whatever. You do know, you were told that Steve is somewhere nearby-ish.
Mhm.
Making sure nothing too terrible happens. But
Do I know who's supposed to like take care of me and take me home eventually?
eventually, to your understanding, Vlad would be coming back, getting
Hmm.
you and Steve and heading back to the house.
Cool. All right. Well, in that case, I just go where I like stashed my bag while I was performing, and I grab my stuff, put it on my little pack, and then look around at all the many people who are like 6 times taller than me, and wonder where the food table is. I guess.
All right. So after a little bit of asking around, a lot of the people are like, "Oh, we loved your entertainment. The food is this way." And they kind of point you in the general direction, and eventually you make your way to a large set of tables around a fountain.
Surprised I didn't get stepped on the way.
You nearly did a couple times. But with your bag, you take up a good amount of space where it's not like, oh no, I crushed a child, that sort of thing. It's a little easier to step around you.
So I'll just kind of like clamber up onto a bar stool and sit there and look at whatever is there. What do I see?
A very large variety of food, very similar to the meal you had with.
I want to try a little bit of everything.
Yeah, you just begin to just try everything. And with that,
do I see anything interesting around me, like any other people? Because I'm a little distracted, but I'll definitely notice people around me if there's anyone like super cool looking with like magical bird on their shoulder, or like cool technology, or glowing dragonborn man if he's nearby. I don't know.
roll a perception check for me.
Okay, that is a 6 + 3, which is 9. I'm very focused on the food.
You don't. Again, you do see the large T-Rex Reximus. You do see him walking around a little bit at this point. And following him, you do see him end up near Alcides, the neon lined dragonborn man. They talk for a few moments, and an elven woman begins to follow Reximus away. You do also see very well dressed, gold trimmed man making his way, talking to a couple of people. But other than that, everyone looks fairly similar in the sense that they're all really well dressed and all trying to stand out. But nothing too much catches your attention besides Reximus.
How easy is it to see them? Because I'm very short, and most people are taller than me, even when I'm in a chair.
Yeah, on the bar stool, you try to think, how tall is a bar stool usually? Like 3 feet tall? Yeah. So you're about the same height, a little bit smaller than a lot of the people. You're about the same height as the very well-dressed, gold-trimmed man, which has been introduced to Chrissy as Tridum. You can see him making his way through the party because you guys are about the same height. Seeing Reximus isn't too difficult because you can see his head going around more or less above everyone else.
Yeah.
But that's really it.
Okay.
Primarily. So yeah.
Yeah. So for now, I'll just kind of put my shawm in my bag and taste all the different things and try to figure out what's my favorite.
All right.
That's adorable.
Yeah. So then, Alcides, you are now currently left with Nina, You look around to find Driduk, and he's just gone. Nina, Driduk is just. You do not know where this gnome man went, but he's just gone. That being said, you and Nina are kind of left around alone at this point. People are walking around. Some people are saying hello to Nina and so forth. No one is talking to you. People are looking at you with lingering looks, but no one's like actively looking to talk to you. Some people are saying, hello, Miss Gorbov. How's your family? You know, and she replies very as Nina would. It's good. They're good. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm just kind of standing there, very FBI agent, like just kind of like sconing.
Sconing?
Sconing.
Ice cream for everyone!
Scone everyone!
Start chucking pastries.
What was I trying to say there? I said sconing.
Scoping?
Scoping, yeah, scoping the area.
Okay. All right.
I was gonna say, were you coming to what I would like to do next?
Yes. If you're scoping the area, are you wanting to make a? Sorry. Are you wanting to make a perception roll?
First, I would like to talk to Nina and see, you know, how she's doing. You know, I noticed that she's kind of like not, interacting that much. So.
Yeah. You can ask her how she's doing. She's. Large crowds aren't my thing. Yeah. Large crowds aren't my thing. I'm not much of a people person, as you know. Can we make our way to like the food or something?
Yeah, we'll head right on over there.
Perfect. And she kind of like follows next to you as you make your way over to the food tables.
On our way over there, I said, you know, big crowds aren't really my thing unless, you know, there's spectators in the arena. So.
She smiles and nods to that, not really as if she heard you, just kind of as a absolutely kind of thing, just kind of as a default. So you make your way over to the food. There aren't many people near the food. It looks like a lot of them are just mingling at this point. There's some people drinking. You see a very young girl, a young halfling girl, just like eating everything she can at one of the tables. But other than that, you know, not much else is happening.
Okay. I would like to make an investigation check to see if I can find Dragon.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and make an investigation check.
Okay. I find my investigation modifier. It is a 12 plus
1. Nope.
Okay,
4. No.
Oh,
wait.
4. What?
Investigation is 0.
Oh, okay,
Sorry.
12.
I'm going down all the I letters because my brain is like, yes, I, investigation. No, wait, that says insight. So plus 0.
Oh, you were looking at intimidation.
Yeah, I was looking at intimidation. So that's just 0. So that's just a 12.
Yes.
All right. He's not that hard to miss. Once you start looking around for him, you don't know what he looks like again, but you look around for the shiniest person. There are a lot of sparkly people, but not quite metallic shiny, until you do see a smaller human man, roundish and short, making his way through the crowd. You do see he is beginning to make his way towards Reximus and Ingrid at this point, as, again, they are not hard to miss.
I'm going to say I'm going to stay with Ina currently and kind of just keep tabs on him.
All right. Yeah, so you're kind of watching that, watching the gaudy looking man.
Yeah.
Reximus. You are beginning to make your way towards a less crowded area to talk with Ingrid when you kind of feel a tug on your tailcoat, and as you turn around, you see a Tridum, who you have met.
Oh.
You've met him before through family meetings and so
Wax him with
forth.
your tail.
Yeah, I was imagining the same thing.
Man goes flying. Your tail is about the size of that man, to be honest. You're just like, you have absolutely definitely hit some of the people with your tail. You have more control over it, but it's not like purposeful. Like some people will just like back up into it, so forth.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, Tridum tugs on your tailcoat. It's like, Ah, Snarlshire, how are you? How are your parents? It's good to see you.
Yes.
And
right.
Miss Gorbov, you look beautiful. How are you this evening? I'm fine. And she looks down at him with just a disdainful, kind of like grimacing look.
Yes.
It's good to see you're still dressed.
Tridem, it's good to see you're still the same height. Can we listen? This is great and all, lovely food and just great stuff here, but I just wanted to, come here as a representative for my parents, obviously.
Right, yes.
Yes.
And actually, on the topic of representative for your parents, that is wonderful because I do have some business I would like to discuss with you and a couple of other associates. So, if you would, in a few, while I do continue to look for them, just meet me inside my house. I will meet you there momentarily.
Right.
Perfect.
Well,
Thank you so very much. He grabs your hand and shakes it, and he begins to start walking off.
Hold the phone. Wait.
Yes.
Well, okay.
We can hold your phone and your hat and your cloak. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, I have this gift for you. Would you like that later or now?
No. You can give me the gift when we discuss in more private, I guess. It'll be a wonderful conversation, I would think. Thank you. You did not need to bring a gift, but it's definitely appreciated. You get the sense that he was like, you brought a gift. Good.
Right.
As if he's expecting one from everybody.
Yes.
It's a birthday party.
I'm sure it will melt your face off, per se.
Is it a Carolina Reaper?
Wait. He looks up at you, just like, right, yes. Well, I'm going to go find my other colleagues, and I do hope to see you inside in about 10 minutes. And he begins to walk off.
Well, I just turned to Ingrid, and I'm like, could he have a bigger head? I mean,
she has her hand
You're
on the
literally
bridge
a
of her
T-Rex
nose.
with a head that's
He's standing there. Ingrid's standing there with like her head just like in one hand, just like massaging her temple. She's like,
I mean,
he's a interesting man.
I don't know how he holds that head up on that small.
I mean, he's round enough that it makes sense.
Bless you, snowman. Bless you, Myrtle.
At this point, you've made your way to kind of. There are less people around you. It's still packed. It's still a lot of people. So, what did you want to talk about?
Well, I suppose I wouldn't get a chance to speak to you alone too often during this party, but I was just curious about your daughter. I'm not sure why you need some sort of guard for her, or why she needs protection.
Well, you and my daughter have not spoken, so I guess you wouldn't understand. But she isn't the biggest fan of going out, I guess. This is... Yes. You hear some guy in the background. The people. Yes, the people. She's not the biggest fan of people. She's much more of a learner and likes her books more than she does interacting with other humans and or elves and so forth. But she took it upon herself to find someone who would keep majority of people away from her. As Alcides is now here. As she kind of says Alcides' name, she kind of grimaces at it, as if she doesn't like Alcides too much. But yeah, that's the most you get out of that.
Right. So she has some sort of social distancing safeguard, essentially.
Yes, as if it's an outbreak of some disease.
Right. Yes. I assume you are quite the opposite, and you prefer to go out more than often.
Yes, I am much more of a people pleaser.
Right. I do think we should carry on this discussion later. But I do have some matters to attend to. I will see if I can reconvene with you at a later date. How does that sound?
Sure. Sure. She kind of like pats your face. Of course.
That's your
Yeah, it kind of like you know when someone like pats your cheek of like, yeah, that's
Oh, okay,
yeah.
yeah.
Also,
It's like a
before
little
we carry
caress
on,
or something.
Yeah, kind of like that.
I was just imagining
no,
like
she just straight up like pets him.
Yeah,
No.
I thought she just went. I'm like,
good little T-Rex.
Good.
all right.
I mean-
Good. No. She kind of like softly caresses your face. I guess is the
Okay.
best. It's a creepier way to say it. I think.
Yeah. Can I also, as she does that, can I like look around really quick to see if anyone like spots her
Yeah.
do that?
Yeah, of course.
Giant
roll a
T-Rex
perception
is
check.
self-conscious.
So you don't see anybody.
He must have rolled
doesn't
like a
see-
0 or something. A negative 12.
What'd you
Yeah,
roll, my guy?
that's a 5, I think.
Yeah, you don't see anybody.
hey, do I need to send you some
look-
dice?
These are some old dice, dog. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, clearly the age makes them
Yikes.
different.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah, they lose their
Yeah.
charm.
listen, I'm not superstitious
Their
unless it comes to
diciness.
dice. I take good care to choose my dice. But no, you don't really see it. You're more taken aback by the fact that she like caresses your
Yeah.
like T-Rex head.
Mm.
So yeah. And then she gives it a slight pat and begins to make her way through the crowd.
Okay.
And with that, you are now standing alone off to one of the sides. Is there anything you wanted to do before I move forward?
I guess I also wanted to look for anyone else that I might recognize as like, like being the son of diplomats.
I don't want to use your last roll, so go ahead and make another perception roll for me.
Please, yeah, that'd be.
It's a worse
helpful.
roll.
It is a worse roll.
Oh my
Dude,
gosh.
you had to say something, bro. That's a 4.
Yikes!
Niner, I just need you to don't say
Hey,
anything.
man, you know why this is happening? Because you haven't finished your push-ups.
Okay,
Ah.
yeah.
That's the exact reason. Yep.
All right, I'll just do them now. Let me just.
Just do them now.
Oh, there he
No,
goes.
No, I'll do it after the stream. It's fine.
T-Rex is not experiencing enjoyment.
Wow.
Yes. You see a lot of people.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people.
Uh-huh.
A lot of the faces ring some bells, but also
Nook is wanting to
nothing
know
makes a
location.
lot of
Yeah.
sense. You do see Alexi and Milo talking.
Oh, what? They're here? I forgot they were
Mhm.
coming.
Alexi, you knew was Milo had said he wasn't coming.
Oh, okay. All right.
But you do see Milo and Alexi talking off to one side. They're really far away. You just barely notice them because you know them well.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's about it.
I mean, I'll go talk to them if I can.
But I mean, even with the 4, you at this point have seen Alcides, so you can track him fairly decently. Because again, he's also glowing, weirdly enough, so he's not hard to miss. So looking around, you do see Alcides near the tables. You believe Nina's sitting. Again, you yourself have only seen her a little bit, so you do see Nina kind of sitting at one of the tables, eating food, avoiding people. But that's pretty much it. Yeah, that's all you really see at this point.
Okay.
You don't even see Tridum. He's like so small compared to everyone else.
Yeah. Am I able to go talk to my friends or?
Yeah, you can start making your way over there.
Okay,
It is going to take a little bit of time moving through the crowd. So
Yeah,
while that's
yeah.
happening, moving on. Your name is still hard for me to remember, Chrissy. At this point, go ahead and just roll a sleight of hand check for me.
Okay, hold
See
on.
if you've gotten
Let me
anything.
check my multiplier. Oh, dang, okay. I think I can do this. I have confidence.
Rogues be
I
scary.
Have
have
confidence.
confidence.
I have confidence in sunshine.
That 2024.
Hey!
Wow.
Nice job.
Wait, Nat.
Incredible.
Wow. All right. Yeah, you've earned a lot of money at this point. You've
Earned a lot of money.
Uh-huh.
Of course.
She's like, oh, I happen to come into a lot of money at this party.
You have gotten 45 silver, several jewels and jewelry. I'm gonna go ahead and add that to your inventory. By the way, when I add things to your inventory, you'll just have to reload the page. Yeah, reload the page to see it. Oops, I forgot to roll for your, because I didn't think you were joining, so I didn't actually roll your original amount of money. And the fact that you had to. Here we are. Okay, plus 45. Sorry, doing math. Okay. Alrighty, so I've added money to your inventory, taking into account that also what you had done before this party as well. Sorry. So you've earned some money, quote unquote earned, some money through the party. I know everyone going around talking and so forth. You do, keeping an eye on Tridum, you do see he stops by a large T-Rex man, talks with him for a little bit, makes his way to a couple of other people, and then begins to make his way back up to the house. What is it that you are doing?
So he's exiting the party room to head toward.
Not exiting exactly, but yeah, he is leaving the party for a bit to. You see, he's walking towards the house. A couple of men following behind him.
That seems sketchy. Since I'm only here only for the purpose of robbing from the rich, him going off and possibly doing some sketchy business deal isn't really what I'm going for. So I think I'm just gonna stay in the party and just maybe go up to the bar area, see if anybody's not paying attention to their wallet.
Yeah. All right. So you make your way over to the food bar area. You don't. Again, there's not a lot of people there. There's only 5, maybe 6 people, including yourself there. A small halfling girl eating just food, just everything she can. Like, I try this and I try this. You know.
Is there anything dangerous there? Like anything super spicy or magical or like problematic to try?
From what you've gone through and from the looks of everything, no. It's primarily just like party hors d'oeuvres and just stuff that can easily be shoved in your face quickly. Nothing that would be too large to eat, basically.
Yes, an entire cantaloupe.
That's for the dinosaurs.
Do not mind if I do.
There's like different sized tables.
Yeah. Small halfling girl unhinges jaw, splits into 4, eats cantaloupe.
Delicious.
I am not from Stranger Things.
Yeah, turns into the Demogorgon from Stranger Things. But yeah, you see this halfling girl. You do see a gruff looking dragonborn man who is definitely watching everybody. And as you walk up, you do. You know, he makes Alcides, you make eye contact with this elven woman who begins to make her way up to the food area, and you just kind of like staring her down for a couple seconds and continue to scout everybody. Don't you move. I see you. But watching. From the looks of it, he's primarily standing guard. And next to him is a younger, also elven girl. From what you can tell, younger at the very least, somewhere in the 100s, 200s maybe. Just kind of sitting slouched over the table, slowly putting food in her mouth and drinking like punch or something along those lines, from what you can tell. Not making eye contact with anybody. And other than that, there are a couple other people. Go ahead and make a perception check to see basically who would be the best target, I would say.
Yep. Well, thank you.
Honestly,
10.
I might. Oh.
Sorry?
10.
10? There's one person. Go ahead and you do see one person who's definitely at the party to drink.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and roll sleight of hand for me.
Okay. Plus 4. 14.
14. Okay. Yeah, it's not too difficult as they're pretty wasted, even though the party's just started. About like half an hour into the party at this point.
Mm-hmm.
You get from him. Let's see here. You get 12 silver and 7 copper. Nope, sorry, other way around. 7 silver, 12 copper. So I'll go ahead and add that.
We're going to feed the poor tonight.
I'm poor.
Wow.
Wait, you are?
Yeah.
Baby!
What's money? What is money?
Shit, what is money? Did I give you money, LCDs? I can't remember.
Remember, I don't have much because you know where I'm from.
Yeah, but work as well, so yes.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Wow, no. At this point, Dad is the poorest.
Yes, I am. I mean, last session I had like nothing.
Yeah, you were literally in the streets.
Yeah.
Oh wait, yeah, I forgot that. Yeah.
Yeah. That being said, though, it's it's fairly easy to get this guy's pouch of money. So while you're doing that, let's see. Next would be, sorry, Tat. I'll move on to you afterwards. But I'll say these. You, as you've been keeping an eye on Tritum primarily, you watch as he talks to Reximus for a little bit, moves over to another well-dressed man, moves over to a dwarven man, and then moves over to a tiefling man, which was he? I can't remember. Yes, he was. A tiefling man, which you hadn't noticed before, strangely enough, as much as a tiefling would stand out in this party. Talks to the tiefling man, and the tiefling man and the dwarf begin to follow him towards the house. Tat, roll a perception check for me.
Okie That is a 6 plus 3. 9 again.
9, okay. First thing you notice is I'm sorry. I need more water. As my throat is beginning to hurt.
I noticed the guy from earlier just
yeah. I don't know why I'm here.
just an extra guy named Peanut Gallery wandering around.
Yeah. Hello, my name is Peanut Gallery. I want to sell you galleries of peanuts. No, I don't know. You first notice the Neon Dragonborn who's come up at this point, and the elven woman with him who sat down. A little bit later, another elven woman who comes up, goes over to a drunken man, pats him on the shoulder, and walks away for a few. And you do also see, kind of going through the crowd, a well-dressed man who has been described to you by Vlad as Tritum. You see Tritum go up to a couple of people, first a dwarf, and then finally you watch as he approaches Vlad. And Vlad and the dwarven man begin to follow him up to the house. Is there anything you want to do?
So, Myrtle, was she here, staying here, or is she just, like, she popped by and then left the food table?
At this exact second, she's kind of like patting the drunk man on the shoulder. like kind of like, hey, you okay?
And is the
kind of thing.
Dragonborn guy near me, or is he like going? Or is he patrolling?
Yeah, no, you'd be fairly close at this point. You're
You
like
better stay away from me. You
a
better stay
table
away
away,
from me.
more or less.
I'm a child.
A table away at this point. But fairly close, just a couple seats.
So, as soon as I get a bite of jelly tart or like jelly roll, whatever it is that I had yesterday, it'll remind me of the experience I had with Buzzrar. What was his name? Buzzrar.
Yeah, Buzzrar.
Buzzrar. Okay. For some reason, I had like Beltajar or something written down. Yeah, so I remember him. I'm like, I saw him. And I can't see anyone over the head, so I'll just kind of like start asking the nearest people around me with my mouth half full. I'll be like asking Myrtle or whoever's nearby, Dragonborn. I'll be like, can you see? There's a guy I'm looking for, and can you describe what Beltazar looks like again? I can't really remember.
The closest person would be Nina and Alcides at this point. So Niner's character and Nina, who he's with. So you kind of make your way over to them. Alcides.
For my bench.
Before you come up, I'm like, let me stop you there. What do you
more or less, you see as you're watching. Actually, at this point, you wouldn't see her approaching. Because you're keeping an eye on Alcides.
That's right.
Not Tridem at this point. So, Tad, you being the young halfling child you are,
I'm 11 years old.
Yeah, chop down from the seat, push your way through the legs, and then you hop up again, and you are right next to Nina. At this point, who is just like looking down at her food and just slowly putting it in her mouth, and just like, I don't want to be here, and just like drinking. Yeah, basically. The Dragonborn man she's with, Sadie's, doesn't notice you as he's like scanning the crowd, basically. But yeah, you do kind of hop up next to Nina at this point. Go ahead, sorry.
Could you remind me, like, just a couple features that I could describe about Buzzrar that I could say, like, I'm looking for a guy who's got, like, weird hair or something?
Yeah, he's got, like, scruffy, kind of curly brown hair, goatee that wraps around the... So, if you look at Stu's face, kind of like his facial hair, but without the, like, the side portions, and kind of just a fluffier, scruffier hair, kind of curlier, mop-like hair.
I just thought of the meanest thing I could have said. I could have been like, I'm looking for an ugly guy. I'm so sorry.
Also, by the way, EJ, just to make the name simpler for you, it's just like bus as in the vehicle, and then rar as in like a bear.
Yep.
Or a bee buzzing. Yeah.
Or a dinosaur.
Yeah. So anyway, I'll kind of like pull on the cloak of whichever one is closest to me. I don't care which.
Yeah.
And just be like, excuse me, can you help me?
Yeah. You would the closest person to you would be Nina at this point. You kind of pull on her cloak.
Don't stab me, Nina.
Noticed you up until this point, and she kind of looks over, and as you pull on her cloak, she kind of jumps like, hi.
So at this point, do I notice him?
Roll a perception check for me. Yeah. Roll a perception check for me.
That's an 18.
All right. So as you're looking around, you feel next to you the air move as Nina jumps, and your head just like like a spotlight in a video game.
Like you just see like what's it called, like
the Skyrim
whenever you like look
vision.
at someone, like just like instantly just like
eyes glow meme.
Like it looks like I'm put what's that metaphor, like not dagger eyes or something like that, you know what I mean? Giving them like
staring daggers.
Yeah, staring yes, that. Like instantly just
so yeah, you immediately like just look down at Nina, look over at this small halfling child, and it's just straight up a child standing on a chair, tugging on the cloak of Nina, and Nina jumps like, oh, hi there.
Do I notice like a dragonborn?
Where did you come from?
Eye?
Where did you come from?
Yeah, as she says hi there, dragonborn. Who are you? Yeah.
I'll be like, hi, I'm Chat. Nice to meet you. Offer my tiny little hand.
I will shake the tiny little hand.
Yay.
Do I very softly, very softly.
Crunch, child. You just
Well, I mean, I think
of bones.
well, I mean, you know my stats, Blue. If I were to grab all the way, I would kill him.
Boost Roda. Just
It's okay, I can crowd surf.
Yeah.
If you had actually tried to, you would have taken a lot of damage there. But so you shake Tat's hand and and Nina's like, hi Tat, my name is Nina. Are you lost?
Oh, no, I'm not lost. I don't have anyone around though. I'm looking for someone who has weird hair and stuff. And whatever description you said, I don't remember.
Describe it.
He's a genie, and I wanted to talk to him. He said something about finding my parents, and I don't know. I wanted to talk to him again, but I can't see him over everyone's head, so I needed a tall person. Can you see him anywhere?
Yeah. She kind of like stands up and looks around.
An orphan.
She looks around and looks back down. I'm so sorry. I don't see man you've described. I'm sorry.
I literally just imagine the next thing she does to be the sun will come out.
Something I thought of as soon as like you said that or before that, I was thinking if my character was mean, I'd be like, "Hey, this ain't a daycare kid. Get out of here."
Thankfully, you're not that mean.
But I'm not mean.
That mean.
I'm just very defensive.
Yes.
So I'll be a little disappointed. Like, oh, okay. Well, thank you.
Sorry though. Do you know his name?
Buzzrar? Like a bee and then a bear?
Okay. I don't know anyone by that name, but I will be sure to tell you if I do.
Okay, thank you. I'll go
Yeah.
see if anyone else can see him. Oh, and then, do I still know where Stu is? Is he like the tallest person in the room?
Oh yeah, no, he is by far the tallest. Like at this point, he would just be finishing up his conversation with Ingrid. So she's walked away at this point. He's just kind of standing there, looks around for a few seconds, stares in one direction.
I was going to talk to my friends.
Yeah, I'm getting to it. Calm.
Okay, all right.
Calm.
Okay, question. Do I notice that he's walking towards Stuart?
He is tall.
Not yet.
Okay. I was gonna warn him, be like, "Hey, man, if you're walking over towards him, don't be surprised if you don't get anything." Seemed pretty.
Are you saying this to me?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Or well, I guess I'd be saying it to Blue because I don't notice that you're going over there.
As of right now, you're not moving.
That's what I would say.
But you watch as he like stops for a few moments as Ingrid walks away, looks around, and then starts heading off in a direction, more to your friends. But that's you do see him, yes. So yeah,
I guess if these people aren't able to help me, I'll just be like, okay, thank you for trying. I'll go see if someone taller can see him, and then I'll just kind of start wading through the crowd towards Stu, the giant like marker in the crowd.
Nina, roll a perception check to see if you can figure out which direction she's going.
I dropped my dice. 19 plus whatever.
Cool.
19 plus. I'm trying to find your thing. Sorry. There it is. 1.
Question: Is rolling on a mouse pad okay? Because that's what I've been doing.
I mean, yeah, I've got a dice.
No, how dare you roll on a mouse pad?
It might be softer. That might be why I'm getting some good rolls.
That's disrespectful. All right. I'm rolling in a dice tray right now, so I understand. No,
I had a dice tray, and then it got like yeeted across the room.
Good job.
Don't
Made a
ask
mistake.
You're not supposed to roll your dice tray.
You're supposed to roll that dice, my guy. But you do notice that Tat's heading it in that direction. You don't know if she's heading towards him exactly.
Oh, camera just went blurry as you did that too.
Yeah, I got bonked by someone's tail, I think. I don't know.
Yeah. But you get bonked by Alcides' tail. As you hop down, smack. Ah!
Yeet.
Yeet the child. Sorry. Kick the baby.
Oh, no.
Don't kick the baby. Sorry. South Park jokes. Begin to head off in that direction, Tad.
I did say that I was going towards someone who would be taller, and I seem to be heading directly towards Stu, so I mean,
yeah.
I don't know how much.
I thought you were making me have a perception check to see if I could find Triton again, or Triton.
Oh, no, that I mean, yeah, that also works with the perception.
Whatever.
Triton.
Okay.
Yes.
Triton, the god.
This is not
Triton.
the god of evolution that we worship here at Evotech, okay? This is
Triton is real.
this is try dumb, because he dumb, dude.
Yeah. But yeah, you do. First thing you notice is that Tat starts heading off in the direction, and then you begin to look for Triton again, and he's nowhere to be seen.
Okay.
The crowd has kind of swallowed him.
Curse you, tiny child.
Oh.
And Tritons in the chat.
Yeah. You do. Another thing you don't notice is you can't find that tiefling man either.
Oh.
You don't know where he went.
Interesting.
But from the time it would take, you know that they're not at the house. You know that's the direction they're heading, but they're not at the house yet. Just from the time that conversation took. They couldn't have gotten far, but you can't find them again.
Okay.
Even with, what was it, 20? Not natural 20? Yeah.
Yeah, not
19
natural.
plus
19 plus.
Yeah, even with that, you aren't able to find them. That being said, moving forward, Chrissy, it's hard for my brain to remember that for whatever reason. I can remember Tat, Alcides, and Reximus, but I can't remember Chrissy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I even dumbed it down for
I'll be right back.
You even dumbed it down. Yeah.
It's easier for me to remember Chrysanthemum than Chrissy.
All right. Oh, we'll see if I remember which one's which.
It's okay. It's session 1.
Yeah, it's session 1. What are you doing right now, Chrissy?
Well, I just robbed that man without him knowing. I stole his little man purse.
What a bad girl.
You know it. Done a lot of robbing. I guess I would have probably noticed the child that looks like they might get a little money, so maybe I can find a small child and give her a little bag of, like, I don't know, 10, 15 silver coins.
All right. Go ahead and roll perception for me.
Okay.
Why are you doing that?
Yeah, it was 2.
I'll be right back.
I just did that, so I don't know anything. That just
roll. Yikes!
Yeah, small child gone.
It's hard to see me. As a halfling, I actually have like a feature that makes it like I can hide in the space of another creature, and I'm kind of like waiting for people's legs. So
yeah, basically. So you look.
I'm essentially hidden by accident.
Take purse. Look back. Child's gone. Huh. Yeah, that's pretty much it, though. Is there anything else you wanted to do?
Not that I can think of.
All right. Wow, Stuart's having a rave, apparently.
Yeah, that's why I was asking. Is it trying to focus, or
color balancing? It is not able to figure out. I don't know.
Color balance is not balancing.
I'm just waiting for the.
Yeah, basically. All right, so that's pretty much it then. Alcides.
Yes.
What are you trying to do at this point?
You know, I did some thinking.
Yes. What is your thought?
Okay, so first thought, this is like, okay. So my first thought is, you know, I'm seeing all these people. I've
Myrtle's
seen
random.
certain people talking to a bunch of people talking to Tridom and everything. Like wondering, you know, maybe we're all here for, you know, some reason because of this guy.
Right.
So at this point, I'm not sure if I'm gonna try to pursue or stick with Nina.
Okay.
So I think I want to look at. I want to talk to Nina.
All right. So yeah, Nina's gone back to, you know, avoiding eye contact with the majority of people. What do you want to say?
I pretty much want to say that I'm thinking of, you know, not pursuing Tridom, and yeah.
Oh, right, because yeah, you did tell her.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, you let her know. She's like, I mean, it's up to you. That's your decision to make. I just don't want to be here.
I mean, would we be able to leave?
I mean, maybe I would prefer to leave with my family, but you know.
If you want, I mean, I can. I could. I just had that like stuttering moment there. We could see if we can find your father and Ingrid.
Well, my mom won't be hard to find, but I don't know where my dad is. But-
Would you like me to go to your mother and then let her know that I'm gonna go try to find your father?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. I'm gonna do that then. Do I need to roll a perception check or anything like that?
Yeah, go and roll a perception check for me.
I keep rolling it off my desk. Okay,
Alright.
that's a 14.
14. Okay, it's not hard to find Ingrid. She's definitely just talking with everybody. Yeah,
literally.
So you make your way over to Ingrid. Again, she's not hard to find. She's in the middle of a conversation.
I will let Nina say something because you know I
Nina stayed back. As you begin to look around, Nina's like, I'm just gonna stay here, away from a lot of people.
Okay. I will say I apologize for it, or I'm gonna wait until she's like no one's speaking. Does she notice me approach her?
Yes. She, as you begin to approach, she looks over to you, and then looks back to the person she's talking to.
Okay.
But she doesn't like interact with you at all. But you do definitely get the sense that she notices you.
Okay. Whenever I notice a pause, I say, pardon the interruption, Miss.
I'll be right back, guys.
Should I call her Miss Garbob or Gorbob, or should I call her Ingrid?
I don't know, man.
I'm gonna say, pardon the intrusion, Miss Gorbob, but I was just talking with Nina, and she is feeling like she would like possibly leave, and I thought I would.
Yes, do whatever you'd like. I don't really care very much. So.
She said that she would prefer leaving with her family.
If you find her father, he'll probably want to leave as well. I'm enjoying the party, though, so please don't interrupt. She kind of like pats you on the shoulder and goes back to the conversation she was having.
Again, my apologies, and then I leave to go back over to Nina.
All right. As you're heading back over to Nina, Maximus.
Yes, sir.
At this point, you've made your way over to your friends. Alexi and I can't remember the voice I gave Alexi, but Alexi and Milo are just talking currently. You see they're drinking and talking, but honestly not doing much at all. They're not interacting with a lot of other people. Yeah. So.
All right, I just walk up and just have my arms out. I'm just like, well, gents, I see you decided to show up. And make your presence known here at the party.
Well, of course, I can't not be at a party. Alexi kind of looks at you. He's like, of course. I mean, I'm a party. Of course. Milo looks up at you. Just like, yeah, not by choice, but absolutely, I had to be here. Representatives and all.
Yes. Now, Alexi, have you
Yeah.
What are you just standing over here working up the nerve to talk to Nina, or what's your deal?
Have you seen the guy she's with? That man will stab me like a twig.
Okay. First of all, he is very low class. Secondly, not really. They're not here like together. You know, like he's just kind of
As
here
far
as
as
like
we know.
you know, a guard sort of. I guess.
Okay, still doesn't change the fact that he is twice my size.
I mean, if you want something, you gotta go get it, right? I mean.
All right, well, if I die, you are paying for the funeral.
All right, yeah, sure. I mean, shouldn't make too much of a dent.
Damn.
Yikes! That was
Ooh.
That's probably not the best thing
no.
to say. you turn around, you just see him go flying across the room.
Yeah. He like gives you the grin of I see. Screw you.
No, we tease each other. It's fine.
Yeah. He flicks you off. He's like, well, yeah. Well, tell that to my family. My sister will care. But anyways. And he puts his hand on Milo, and he looks up to you, raises his hand, puts it on your shoulder.
Do you want to fill EJ in?
No, he has no idea what's going on yet.
Okay,
So, and he pats you guys on the shoulder, and he begins to walk off towards Nina. And you're watching him go, and you watch as he walks off towards Nina. Alcides walks towards Ingrid. As that's going on, a few moments pass, and as he's making his way over, Milo looks up to you, he's like, want to place bets on how badly he gets rejected?
What?
I don't.
I bet
don't
five.
know.
I bet five
mean,
gold that he walks over, pouts, and then comes back.
All right. Well, I mean, I don't think she'd shut him down in that amount of time, right?
Immediate. It's gonna be immediate. It's 5 gold on it.
All right. Willing to take that bet. I say she draws it out a little bit.
All right.
Probably like 5 minutes.
Okay.
Good 5 minutes, yeah.
How long was I talking to Ingrid?
Not long. Not long
Okay,
at all.
so yeah, so I'm gonna be heading back like mid conversation. If there's a conversation.
If there's a conversation, yeah, pretty much. But
I've never had
as
a whole gold.
you know, that bet is being placed. Tat, you eventually takes a little bit of sliding and slipping between people.
Mhm.
You eventually make your way to Reximus. You do not notice her at all. She is 2 foot tall.
Yeah.
Almost steps on.
But like,
Maybe this was a bad idea.
I have made a mistake. Yeah, you make your way over to Reximus. And he is standing 6 feet tall, 6 feet taller than you are. What do you do?
I just reach up to his knee and pull on his clothing a little bit to get his attention.
You feel pulling over your pants leg more or less, and
Who dare? Oh.
small.
Yes. Oh, small, very small child. Hello.
Hi. I'm Tat. I'm looking for someone with X amount of description input here.
Right, yeah.
Can you help me see him? I'm very short, and you're not. You're anti-short.
You immediately recognize the description as
yeah,
Buzzbar.
Yeah.
Nicer looking than what like the yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I just turn to Milo and I just wish that people would come up to me and just talk to me instead of tugging on different parts of my clothes. Anyway,
you probably couldn't hear me from down here unless there's all people talk. Okay, I'm sorry.
What'd you say? I couldn't hear you from down here.
I really it's okay. Could you give us a moment, Milo? Try and spectate that little arrangement over there from a different angle.
I'll let you know when I win. He begins to walk off.
Well, all right. Okay, so was this a sort of half transparent looking fellow?
Not when you saw him, no.
Huh?
What?
No. When you had met him, he was not half transparent.
Oh no, I was talking in character voice to
TJ.
Tat.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Okay.
Explaining to Tat, yeah, no, not when you had met him.
Okay. No. He's doesn't look semi-transparent. I think his opacity is at 100%. I've used Photoshop once or twice.
Why are you looking for this individual?
I met him, and he told me that I needed to find someone that would help me find my parents. And he said one of them was a big dinosaur, and one of them was like a dragonborn paladin, I think. But I don't know what he means, so I wanted to talk to him again.
So he sent you to me, essentially.
Maybe? I don't know. Do you know where my parents are?
I couldn't give you any. I don't know, right?
No.
Okay.
So I guess it's not you then? I don't know.
Yes, I would like to talk with that individual though. I kind of lost him at the beginning of the party here, so I would definitely like to have words.
You mean even you can't see him?
Well, I can. He just doesn't like to be within sight of me, apparently.
Yeah.
I'll just think about that for a second.
Yeah, if you want, you can go ahead and make a perception check to see if you can find him. Yeah.
I can see feet and legs and ankles and tails.
Nice. Tails.
Dude.
You alright?
No.
Is it above a 5?
It gets worse every single roll.
No,
It's
it's
like
lower than a 5.
It gets worse. Like, why? Okay.
Is it a 3?
It's just, it keeps bumping into this wire, and I don't know what
Move
to
it?
do. I don't have a ton of space to roll.
Roll it on the floor, maybe?
The location doesn't matter.
It's just like the way that it bounces. I don't.
Don't
like
blame the dice. Blame the roller.
All right,
Ooh.
dude. Wow.
Yeah, you just have bad dice luck, man. If you
Maybe you're rolling it wrong.
Maybe you're rolling the
Try and roll
dice.
it straighter so it doesn't.
Have
hang
you
on the
tried
side
making
of
it
the
land
wire.
on the side that has a bigger number?
Get a little flick to it. You gotta like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Am I good for a reroll, or should I just stick with it?
What was the number?
It was 2.
Okay. Did it get caught on anything?
Yes, it like ended on the wire and then bounced and stayed like that, basically.
All right. Go ahead.
If it
and
was sideways,
if
then
it's-
sure. But
yeah,
if it landed on a flat surface, then
If it landed flat on that, then no. If it landed on it's like if it was tilted in some way, then sure.
Yeah. All right.
watch it be a 1.
It's a 2 again.
Fate has decided. Stu is blind. Stu can't see chests.
All right, dude.
He can't even. Yeah, he can't see chests.
We're going low rolls this
But the real
campaign, I
question is,
guess.
are you hungry?
All right. The total is 3 with my perception. So.
Nope. You have
All right.
no idea.
Sick.
Hey, this is payback for the way you approached me earlier
Mhm.
and what you said.
Maybe I could climb on your shoulders and see.
Hey, still have like a lot of money, so that doesn't matter.
Hey,
I
money
can
is
pay
everything.
other people to find the chests for me.
Yeah.
I don't
Still
need to
have,
see things.
A very attractive woman interested in me, so
Whoa.
there you go.
Are you calling me a very attractive woman? Excuse me,
No,
I am a
what?
child.
Oh, yes, my type.
Okay.
Yes, my type.
Mm.
8'6", tiny arms.
Tiny
I
arm.
have a big head and little
arms.
I don't think this plan was well thought through.
I like that movie a lot. Not gonna lie.
I haven't
See,
even
whenever
seen it.
whenever he first made the character, I sent him that like instantly, and he's like,
Yeah.
he didn't. At first, he didn't know what it was.
At first,
no
he
What
did.
are you talking about, dude? No, you're trolling me.
That being said,
100%
though,
did.
Ted, you had said what now?
Remember, I asked him if he could look around and see the person.
Ah, that's right. And then I think
I guess he didn't.
Yeah, he looks around and he sees a lot of people. You see a lot of people. Again, no one catching your eye.
Dang it! I'm never gonna find that, bro.
You do see Tridem again, walking through the crowd towards you. And then you do also see Alexei walking over towards Nina. And as you kind of look over, you see Alcides walking back towards Nina as Alexei's just barely getting there. And with that conversation happening, Alcides. No, actually,
Would it be Milo first? Or not Milo, the Alexis?
Actually, no, it would be Chrissy. What are you currently doing? You had started looking for Tat, who disappeared.
Accidentally.
What? Yeah, accidentally. What are you planning to do currently?
Well, disappointed in the fact that I couldn't help this child that didn't obviously like they need money, but like, hey, kids need money if they're performing at a big rich party. A little disappointed. Yeah. I'm like, well, darn, I've robbed about as many people as I think I could in this party. Still afraid to maybe attempt to rob the man of the house, but might be a big reward. I'm trying to think.
Sorry, you're cutting out.
Yeah, you cut out hard.
Oh, sorry. I'm trying to decide if I want to risk it for the biscuit and rob Big Boy. Huh.
I don't know what's happening with all the social intrigue and like political alliances. I am just like looking for people. Just chillaxing.
I think
it's tough to be short.
Is go out the way that little short stubby dude went, and maybe find where he ran off to see if I could possibly, get him back into the party, get him drunk, steal his money.
All right. You go ahead and roll a perception check for me to see if you can find him. A lot of perception checks right now.
Well, nat 20 and plus 2, 22.
Whoa.
Wow. I guess you just took all the luck from Stu. Good to know.
She took his
so
eyes.
Yeah, as you're looking around,
so done.
You get a glimpse first of I'm trying to think of names. I'm sorry. Of Alexei, basically this fairly good-looking guy. Definitely is kind of cocky, but he's good-looking, and he starts walking towards where you were before. And as you're looking around, you do see Reximus begin to talk to the small child as that's going on. And then you see a smaller, stouter man walking towards Reximus. Tridem, the man you'd met before, walking towards Reximus. So, you begin to make your way towards Reximus at that point, because it looks like that's where Tridem is going to be converging anyways. And that's also where Tat is, the small child from before. Everyone's getting better rolls than Stu. Just looking at the chat, I'm sorry. Yeah, you begin to make your way over towards Reximus and at this point Tridem as well. As that's happening, Alcides, you at this point have kind of turned around and start walking over back towards Nina. And as you turn around and you get you start heading towards Nina, you see a blonde. He looks, fairly muscular for a nobleman. Yes, he's about 5'9". He's not short or anything like that. Not as tall as you, of course. But he's
my hand's probably like the size of his head.
you're not that big. You're only 6'2". But you do.
I'm 6'8".
I thought you said 6'2".
No, I said 6'8".
6'8". Okay, yeah, you're
Nina
definitely
was
taller
like
than-
6'2".
That's right. I'm getting heights mixed up. 2'2". 5. I don't know how tall Chrissy is. 8'4".
5'6".
Everyone's
5'6".
taller than me.
Something like that.
Yeah, I'm the 8'4" one.
Yeah, 5'6", 8'4", 6'8". Cool.
All right, so that's
2-2.
Blue's number. Everyone type it in, call him. All right.
Yep. That's my phone number. Everyone's size in this, everyone's height in this game is my phone number. But yeah, you see this 5'9" blonde, fairly good looking guy make their way over to Nina. And he begins to talk with her as you are making your way over. As you make your way over, eventually you get there and you see the human man at this point talking with Nina, and she's not making eye contact with him. It's like, yeah, no, Alexi, that's quite nice of you, but no, thank you. And
Does he continue talking, and do I hear what she's saying?
Yeah, at this point you've gotten up to them, and as she says, no, Alexi, that's quite nice of you. And he looks up to you. Yeah, like before you even say anything, he looks up to you, just like, I see. I should be going. And he takes a couple steps back and walks away. He's not dead though. That's good.
No, wait a minute. Come back here. No.
Do you actually say that?
No.
Do you tell him to come back?
Well, I would. Okay, so first of all, I'm gonna say, I'm gonna walk up to him. I'm gonna say, no, just give me a second. So, all right, I'm gonna do an intimidation roll here.
Oh no.
All right.
That is a 12 plus 4.
So 18.
So
you guys.
What?
Nope. Sorry, 16.
Yeah, 16.
I can count. 16.
I'm gonna walk. I'm gonna just walk. I'm gonna go a little ways from Nina, so a little bit out of earshot. So I just kind of fall him back just a little bit.
All right.
I say, hey, I kind of like pull him aside. I'm like, all right, so all right, listen here. What'd you say to her?
He looks over. Yeah, as you kind of like wrap your arm around him and like start talking to him, and he's like, hey. Well, I asked her out and she denied me, so that's about right.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it.
All right, if I go back there and that's not exactly what happened, we're gonna have a little problem.
Right. He
So is that everything?
rolled higher than your intimidation check on his wisdom.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Okay.
He looks over and he's like, right. I think we will have a problem if you try anything, friends. So I got denied. I walked away. And if she says anything else happened, that is not the truth. And you can try to come after me. I trust you will definitely try. He pats your face and pushes your arm off and walks away.
A lot of face patting going on today.
Yeah, a lot of face patting.
Ooh, boy, okay.
Something about the reptilian snouts just makes you...
Yeah, it's just like, I need to touch the reptile snout.
Must pat.
Must pat snout. Sorry.
Hey, quick question. How long are we going?
I don't... EJ said 8, 9-ish, right?
15 more minutes is technically what we said we were going to do.
Yeah, 8 was the original time.
Yeah, my family wants to do something after, so... Let's speed up the action. Let's stab somebody.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I mean,
Okay.
I'm kidding.
And then after that, I'm gonna go back to Nina and talk to her, ask her some,
All right.
what was up.
All right. So to move things along fairly quickly, she basically just tells you, he's been trying to ask me out for a while. I keep telling him no. As she explains that, moving forward, Chrissy, you get up to a little bit further away. You are kind of in the same distance as you're a couple of feet away from Reximus and Tat, as Tridum approaches them. Tridum comes over. Ah, Reximus, I see you've adopted a child. What are you doing here? Oh, that's right. You were playing the music. That's right. Vlad did tell me. And he kind of like puts his hand over to like motioning to Vlad, who you hadn't noticed before, Reximus. Like for whatever reason, you just didn't notice him.
Mhm.
But the tiefling standing next to him, he's like, yes, Vlad did tell me about you. Right. So I'm sorry to break things up, but can we have that meeting now, Reximus?
Yes, this child just randomly asked me about someone. Let's carry on. I'm not sure what this is happening. I don't know.
Sure.
Tad looks disappointed.
Yeah.
Everyone's leaving her.
Okay. Well, before we depart, I just sorry. I can you give me 1 second? I just need to...
You watch as Alexi Alcides has his arm wrapped around Alexi, and Alexi looks at him, pushes his arm off, and begins to walk towards you again. And you watch as Alcides' eyes just like rage fills them for a couple seconds, and then he turns and walks back toward Nina.
You just see, quite literally, you see like just what's it called, like mist or just smoke come out of my nose.
Yeah, just Vlad, as you're kind of looking that way, Vlad leans down to you, Tad, and is like, "Hey, why don't you come in with us? That'll be, I guess, less packed. And
There are
maybe someone inside
here.
will have some more information for you."
I've almost been stepped on at least 4 times. I've been keeping track.
Yes, I would assume so. You are hard to keep an eye on. And
I'll just kind of
try to.
walk
Yeah,
along.
Tridum looks up at Vlad, looks down at you, looks at Vlad again. He's like, "Right, okay," and he begins to make his way towards the house. Tad, I'm assuming you're following Vlad and Tridum.
Yeah.
Oh my, indeed. Reximus, are you following Tridum and the other people that are with him now at this point?
I'll just go.
All right. As you begin to walk away, you look back and you see Alexi raise his arm, sees you're walking away with a couple other people. He's like, okay. And he begins to look around for someone else, and he starts going off in a direction. Chrissy.
Yeah.
As of this exact moment, Tat and Reximus, as well as Tridum, are all heading towards the house. Are you following them?
Yes.
I gotta go fast to keep up with my tiny little legs.
Yeah, you're like, you're following them.
I'm imagining
one of Stu's steps is like 4 of mine.
Pretty much. What were you saying, Nanner?
I'm just imagining, Monsters University, the snail guy.
Yeah.
That's about right, yeah. So, you're all heading towards the house. Alcides, you're currently talking to Nina. You kind of do you let her know that you talked with her mom?
Yes. And I let her know that she said that her father would probably be ready to go, and I'm gonna tell her that I want her to come with me. That way, it's not just my word, it's her word.
All right, yeah. She is like, all right, yeah, sure. I'll go with you. And go ahead and roll a perception check for me to see if you can find a gnome.
Oh, so 19.
Nice. All right, that's not bad.
Yeah. After that intimidation check, I'm kind of upset about that, man.
Yep. You at this point, you've looked around and you can.
Oh, wait, 19 plus 1, so 20.
Oh, not natural. Hey,
just Stu's face.
Stu, you gonna be okay, bud? Yeah, you gonna be okay
I'll
there?
just be here. I'll just watch you guys do stuff, and I'll be here. Just
about
not
right.
doing anything.
That's about right. you do eventually see Driduk. He is fairly close to the house. As you kind of like lock onto his position, basically, you see Reximus at this point, as well as Tridum stop at Driduk. Tridum talks to Driduk for a few moments and begins to follow them inside the building.
Okay.
So that conversation basically happens. Reximus and Tat, you see a small gnome man kind of talking to the crowd. He's like, yes, no, I'm well aware. Yeah. Listen, I have things to do. And he turns and stops, looks up at you, Reximus, looks down comparatively to Tridum. Tridum, you could have just easily not came to talk to me. What do you want? We have business to discuss. Right. All right. Really lead the way. And Tridum begins to walk in Driduk, the small gnome man, who Reximus you had learned you do know as Nina's father, begins to follow you up to the house. Vlad, Tat, as you're following Vlad, he kind of laughs at that whole interaction, like softly chuckles to himself, and you all begin to make your way up to the house.
How tall is this gnome, by the way?
He's like 4 foot. He's about 2 feet taller than you.
Okay.
Well, actually, let me double check. Gnome.
He's still twice my height.
Gnome height. Let's see here. Yeah, about 3.5, 4 feet tall. Definitely not like tall comparatively, but he's still taller than you, obviously, as your child.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah. So eventually you make your way up to the house. Alcides, what are you doing at this point?
Well, I mean, we're continue to follow him because
all right,
that's our way to leave because Nina
has
to leave. So.
All right. So you begin to follow them, and they begin to make their way up the steps to the back door of the home. And Reximus, Tad, you follow Tridum into the home. As of this point, Tad, you don't know what's going on. You're just there.
No, I'm just questioning why. Like, my chat is asking, why are we all spamming food emojis? I don't know what they're doing. They're just chillaxing.
Food emojis. Yeah, that's about right.
If I make a weird,
it's because
if I make a weird expression for no reason, if I make a weird expression for no reason, it's probably because I'm reacting to chat.
His rolls are so bad because he's hungry.
Yeah. Yep. That's it. Did you eat before this, Stu?
No.
And there I was casually eating fettuccine alfredo at the beginning.
Nice.
Boosted rolling ethic.
Yep. That's why she's rolling so well now. It's because she had food.
Yes, that makes sense.
And that's why I'm also rolling fairly well because I had chips earlier. Yeah, that's about it. Yeah.
I have Belvita breakfast bars.
Nice.
Can we finish up? So I can go get food, please.
No. At this point now, I'm gonna spread it out till 9 o'clock. Sorry, EJ. Just so we can make it so Stu doesn't get to eat anything. But you do enter the home. The guards let you pass with no problem.
Hey, Joycey, how's it going?
Joycey.
Chrissy. You're following them. You watch as they enter the home, and the guards shut the door behind them. Do you make your way up to the door as well to try to get in?
I doubt the guards will let me in. I guess I'll roll for stealth and see how well I can sneak in around the building and hopefully catch and listen.
Yeah, go ahead and roll a perception check first.
Oh, perception? Okay. Okay, that was 2 on that.
Perception.
Still at 2. Perception. 14.
14, okay. You can't really find any other entrances exactly. You do see a cellar door fairly nearby, which you could probably make your way in if you wanted to get inside the building. Are you going to try to make your way into the cellar door?
Yeah, sure thing. Should I roll for stealth?
Yeah, go ahead and roll for stealth.
What's my, I think, a 6. Ooh! I have a good feeling.
Yeah,
I probably
plus
just jinxed
6.
it.
Yo, imagine having good modifiers.
Hey,
Well, hey, 22.
It doesn't matter much what your modifier is if you're rolling like a 2.
Rolling 2s and 3s, yeah.
unless you have like a plus
Well, I
7
rolled a
modifier.
16,
Yeah.
and 16 plus 6 is 22.
Yeah, so 22. Okay. Yeah. Alcides, you see that elven woman who had approached before, kind of standing at the stairwell.
Yeah.
She ducks behind a person and just gone.
Also, before okay, have we entered yet?
Not yet, no.
Okay. I'm gonna say whenever we get close or whenever we enter, I want to use Divine Sense.
Okay. So you, what's with the flashing, Stu?
What?
You're like flashing blue and red.
Oh, it's because I'm switching between windows, I guess. And it's
Oh,
like the
okay.
light of the.
I see.
Well,
Okay.
earlier it was like going like white, red, white, red, white, red.
was
Whenever
like-
you were gone.
It's probably because I was switching back and forth. I don't know.
No, you were
Yeah.
gone. Like
No,
were
you
in
were
the
not on the computer.
It was
I
probably
think
white
it's the
balancing.
webcam trying to auto adjust.
Probably. Yeah. But yeah, Chris, you make it out of anyone's eyesight. You just disappear, basically.
What a goddess.
Yeah. And you enter into the cellar. It's a very well kept wine cellar, from what you can see.
Ooh.
But other than that, you get in very easily. Alcides, you make your way over to the stairwell. And you use your divine sense before entering.
I would say as we are entering, I'd use divine sense because
Okay.
that's what divine sense does, right?
I'm gonna double check, but first things first, you walk up to the door.
Okay.
And the guards kind of step in front and in front of the doors and may we help you?
So Nina's still with me, correct?
Yeah, Nina's still with you. Her
Okay.
eyes are on the ground. She's not looking at anything.
Okay. I say we are just trying to get to Nina Korbob's father. She's wishing to leave the party, and we just need to have a word with him.
Right. And do you mean Drudik Gorbov, who had just entered?
Yes.
Drudik Gorbov. Yes.
God bless you.
Yeah. We're very sorry, but he's currently in a meeting with Lord Tridham, so it will be a few moments before they come back out.
Oh, I mean, I can't. I don't think I'm gonna try to persuade him in any way here. Even though I do have a good persuade. Well, okay. Maybe I will try to persuasion. I could say it's a matter of urgent.
All right.
Yeah,
Go ahead and roll.
I'll try to persuade.
All right.
That is a 16 plus 6.
So 22. Okay.
Yes.
So you basically just tell him like it's super important.
Yeah.
The guard looks at his colleague. The guards kind of look at each other and like, just make it quick. And they kind of step aside and let you into the building.
I have Nina walk in front of me.
Yep. And with that, we're actually going to end the session with your divine sense.
Yes.
Detect good and evil.
Scared. I feel
Yes,
like I'm in a
fiend
room where
undead.
everyone's gonna get stabbed for some reason. I don't know what's going on. I'm
That's
just a
why I'm
child.
detecting. That's why I'm detecting good and evil. As soon as we walk in.
I'm going to go ahead and mark it on your sheet. But you use your divine sense, and you do sense a fiend. Most likely the tiefling that had walked in before.
Mhm.
But other than that, you don't sense anything else, really.
Okay.
What is a fiend?
Kind of demon. Like, yeah. But other than that, you don't sense anything. And with that, we will end today's session.
I need a new dice bag.
Yeah.
The string
Yeah,
on mine is just
That's
so long. It's just stretched out.
yeah.
Need a little
Hey,
dice box,
so
man.
should I remove 5 gold from my inventory? Because I don't know if I got the chance to.
You
actually
have
give
not
him
given
the
it.
gold.
No, you have not
Okay,
given it to
so
him yet.
Hold on
No.
to it then.
Yep.
I'm just gonna.
But
write
you're
down that
gonna
loss
be
I
losing
had.
5 gold.
Hey, thanks for following, Joycey.
You will be losing.
Thought you already were.
maybe.
I'm confused. Oh,
Alright,
it's another account.
lost
now.
5 gold bet to Milo.
Yep.
Sick.
I'm gonna roll just a spite stew. That is a 13.
I'm also going to roll the dice too.
Yo, imagine having double digits. On
Hey, nat 20! Nat 20!
Are you-
Guys, guess what? I rolled worse than Stu. I got a nat 1.
Are you rolling a d10, Stu? Or is that the wrong?
Yeah, are you rolling a d10, my guy?
Maybe a D12. I don't think you've rolled anything over 12, man.
I'm gonna go eat dinner.
Well, thank everyone for coming out to this first session of D&D. Hopefully things will
guys
pick
so
up and
much.
we'll actually, you know, have a proper chance to meet and know what's happening
Yeah.
as time goes on. Right now there's
Things
just a
move
lot of
fairly
NPC
slowly
names
today.
and none of us know each other's NPCs.
As of this exact moment, everything's moving fairly slowly.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
No problem. I'm sure it'll pick up once we actually meet each
Oh,
other and
yeah,
get a chance
no.
to
Yeah,
assess.
see, we're also
each
all
other.
getting back into D&D as well. So.
Yeah, true. It's been a while since I've
Slow
done
start, but
My first
next
time
session,
ever.
everything will absolutely be picking up.
Mm-hmm. Well, thanks for doing it, Blue. It was fun.
Hey, awesome.
Yeah, of
section.
course.
Yeah, thanks, Lou.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be so much better next session. I promise.
I'm glad you were able to join us, Myrtle.
Yes, yeah. Sorry if there wasn't as much interaction with you with your character Myrtle. Again, because
That's
like I
okay.
wasn't like.
She was just trying to rob people.
I mean, yeah, she was just trying to rob people, but it was also kind of
It
like,
was a
oh
success.
god, you're gonna
True.
be here.
True, you got a lot of money. How, like, you got gold and jewels and something? I don't know what you got.
And I'm
Hundred
gonna
and
give you- and I'm gonna
Thanks.
pawn the
Oh, I know.
jewels and give the money to the poor.
She's just Robin Hood.
Yeah,
Basically.
basically.
Thank you guys so
Awesome.
much for watching.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
We'll be streaming this again next week, I guess? We're doing this
Next
each
Saturday,
Saturday?
I think, unless something goes terribly, terribly wrong. Yeah.
Hopefully not. Let's hope that
Hopefully
doesn't
not.
happen.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll be streaming at same time, same place. So see y'all next time, and we'll give more details and hopefully have things go a little more smoothly in terms of technology not breaking on us. Bye,
Yes,
everyone.
Bye.
Laters.
Oh, and thanks for doing the art for me, Joycey. I really appreciate it. It's super cool. Joycey's awesome.
Yeah, honestly.
Wait,
Chat,
I
your
think
character
you
looks
mentioned
sweet.
Joycey. Why didn't I think of that?
Oh, here, let me just go to a default thing real quick. I can send it to you guys, those of you who haven't seen my character. How do I do this?
I should. Oh my god! I gotta message Joycey.
Boop, 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 boop.
I'm so glad I got to use my new dice tray today.
Da 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 da. Amazing. Alright, now I'm gonna end the stream for sure. Thanks for following, Apollo.